Evan, this is such a fantastical look at world leaders and the G7 summit. What was the inspiration for this story?
Well, the story we came up with together, and I don't recall, like I wrote the dialogue and stuff like that. I don't think any of us recall, it's lost to time, where the idea of it's just something we must have
Or why
all,
we thought it was a good idea.
we must have
Yeah.
all been, I mean, we over the years, we spend a lot of time together watching movies and TV and stuff like that. And over the years, I think the G7 summits, whenever they came up, the footage of them would make us laugh in various ways. And these G7 leaders come as these prepackaged characters that are half human and half cartoon and half war criminal or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And they just,
It's fun seeing them together, seeing
and
how
yes.
relatively tall they are, their body language, like Boris
you
Johnson.
get to know them
with
separately, and then when they come
Angela.
together, there's an alchemy that's kind of exciting. Like characters in a show who have been kept apart for a long time, and finally they have an episode together or something like that.
Yeah.
It just felt like
It felt like
exciting
showbiz.
material.
Yeah.
And they're a group working together, and we've worked together as a group for a long time, and so group dynamics were something we were attracted to. It was this or like a Beatles biopic that we were going to make, so went with this.
Is the Beatles biopic coming up later?
I think Sam Mendes is doing it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we waited too long.
Yeah.
How did it work having 3 directors?
It works fine. You know, it's a little bit different each movie. We've been working together closely for a decade now, a little more even, and with various job descriptions and titles and stuff. But we basically just work very closely together to get the movie made. And sometimes on lower budget movies, when I'm operating a camera, I'm talking more to the actors. On other projects, Evan will be talking more to the actors. And Galen will be more the production designer. It's just different each time out. And on this one, it was the biggest project we've done yet in terms of budget and then locations, which are new for us. We just linked arms and charged into it and got it done.
The cast is so wonderful. How did you go about putting together such an incredible group of actors?
That was a real pleasure because once we got Roy Dupuis, for whom we wrote the part that he plays, we just couldn't imagine anyone else doing that part, and that is a fact. Like, it was a despairing fact when it looked like he might not be able to do it because of scheduling and things like that. And then once we got Cate Blanchett, that helped a lot. You start getting your phone calls returned and your emails answered and things at casting agents, and
You just get your first choice after Kate
so we
says
just
yes.
we just went through the various countries. We had the simplistic approach of choosing actors from the country that their characters are from, and with exception of Charles Dance and of Kate, of course, Kate, but even Alicia Vikander is from Sweden, and she plays a Swedish character. So we just cast about in the various countries, and everyone came aboard. It was so thrilling and delightful.
How did you decide to have a UK actor play the US president?
That was right there on the page. It was just right
Yeah,
there
it
on
was
the
just
page.
it was one of us. This isn't necessarily a defense of the idea, but it was one of the first ideas we had. So we thought we'd stick with it because it was our first idea.
And we
I
got
think
some
part of the reason
pushback
we
on
liked
it.
it is because we didn't want these leaders to be interpreted as the current world leaders, and we knew audiences would project that onto them pretty much no matter what. So we thought, well, maybe if we give the American president a British accent, it'll make that projection a little more difficult. Like, why would they have made the Joe Biden character British? Or is it supposed to be Joe Biden? It might not
Yeah.
be. You don't want the audience to always be thinking, oh,
I know what that is.
I know what that is. I know what that is.
Yeah, the one-to-one correspondence would
Yeah.
be very unsatisfying.
There's a pretty rich tradition of British actors, and I've heard American actors complain about it, some justification maybe. British actors coming over and playing American presidents with fake American accents, you know.
Oh, Gary Oldman.
And
yeah.
Gary Oldman is, who does he play? Truman in Oppenheimer. You know, it's been done a million times. And we just thought it would be funny to do that, but not to bother
Changing the
changing
accent.
the accent. Like Charles can do a perfect American accent. He does one in Mank, the David Fincher movie, but we begged him not to change his accent, and he reluctantly agreed.
But But he made us promise that those were the terms upon which he did it. That we, so he can do an American accent. He's not too lazy. He's not
No, we thought
less
it'd be fun.
unskilled.
It is really funny. And I know British actors they can do any accent. They're just perfect. They're just such great actors. Are any of the characters based on real politicians? From what you were just saying, I'm guessing probably not.
Not really,
No.
although I'm sure the tendency of French leaders to be philosophers and authors and academics, and is something that wasn't far from Evan's mind, I know. And so he was channeling a few real leaders, but no one in specific.
And then the actors would take them further, I think.
Absolutely.
Even further away from
Denis
it.
Menochet
Like-
took us about as far away from
Yeah.
Emmanuel Macron as
Yeah,
he
it
could
may
get.
have, on the script, it may have resembled Macron more, but then Denis Menochet just made it his own, and we liked that he was just, okay, this is not Macron, this is our own creation.
And likewise, there's nothing particularly Angela Merkel-like about Kate Blanchett's character, except that she's a German woman.
Who wears a
Is there-
pantsuit.
Yeah, but they all wear
Yeah,
pantsuits.
I know,
mean,
they do,
you know.
yeah.
The Italian prime minister was so low key, and shy.
Yes.
How did you decide to have him be that way?
Well, that character is based, we had an Italian friend who lives in Winnipeg near us, and we initially just wanted him to play the Italian.
Yeah,
he's
his
not
name's
an actor.
Tony. His name's Tony Lamorte,
Tony
and he's the
Lamorte.
barista at a.
So it was literally just, well, what if this barista we know became prime minister in Italy? Like he's a shy, humble man, not a politician. But sometimes and this does happen, sometimes in a divided, fragmentary parliament, someone ends up as the prime minister who shouldn't be, or this
Because of
happens in the
some
UK all the
fragile
time.
coalition.
Yeah, exactly. And so we
Yeah.
thought, we just were imagining, what if our friend Tony became prime minister of Italy? What would that be like?
And then
that's where the character came from.
and the idea of Tony being a co-star with Kate Blanchett really
was funny,
thrilled
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
But he couldn't do it because of sudden poor health, and so we went to Italy and found Rolando Ravello, and couldn't be more thrilled. And he just had a considerably different take on Tony Lamorte that the real life Tony Lamorte would have had. And I was really pleased and surprised at how he lent meaning to every moment just by listening properly. Even though he doesn't have a million lines, he listens well and he occupies the frame beautifully. Not like he engages somehow just by doing nothing. He knows how to do nothing.
He stood out to me.
Do nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, he was fantastic. And finally, how did you decide on Hungary as the filming location?
That's producer stuff.
Yeah.
That's
cheap
just a-
labor.
We wanted it. The movie's set in Germany. We wanted the forests to look German, therefore. So we wanted to shoot in Europe for that reason. And Hungary has good castles. And we needed a German castle. And Germany's more expensive than Hungary. Hungary has this flourishing film
They shoot
production
everything in
industry.
Hungary. Like
Everything's shot
Dune
there.
and like
yeah.
just all the big
So the
stuff.
crews are great.
Yeah.
The logistics are all great there. We had a very lovely production company there that we got along with really well, Lau Kuhn. So that's why. It was just those nice people and great crews.
Yeah.
All very good reasons.
Yep.
Thank you so much for chatting
you.
with me today about this film. It was really, really funny.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell in the top right-hand corner if you'd like to see more of my celebrity interviews. Got a lot more lined up, so make sure you don't miss out on them.